It's on.
It's so weird to do this not being in the RV.
Yeah, as you can tell, we're clearly not in an RV.
No.
It's we're in a hotel room because you'll see. We'll get to our updates. We'll get to our updates and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. There she is.
Oh, finding her spot.
Oh, good. So, hi guys. How's it going?
Hope everybody had an awesome Thanksgiving. I know we did. We are in Ohio with Tara's family.
Yes, and I did it the easy way this year. I pre-ordered Thanksgiving dinner, and we took it over, and we just heated everything up, and it was fabulous. So thank you, Kroger.
Yes, we turned our online grocery shopping habit into a full meal.
Yes.
By we, I mean Tara.
Yeah. So I didn't have to slave or do anything like that. So it was great.
So we have a lot to cover tonight. We're going to jump right through it. First, we're going to go through our usual announcements and updates. Then we're going to go through our Q&A submissions that we got online through Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. Then we're going to have a special comment reading of we're calling it mean tweets, even though we have probably like 10 followers on Twitter.
Yeah. But it just sounds funnier to say mean tweets. Yeah. And just so you guys know going into it that this is just meant for entertainment and for everybody to laugh, and it's not going to be a woe is me moment or anything like that.
Yeah. And then we'll get to some chat Q&A, as time allows.
Yes.
We're going to go through our submissions really quick.
Yeah, and I am. If you see me looking down a lot, I'm looking at my phone because I've got the moderators right here on my phone sending me your questions.
Do they say we're good on sound? I see our little bar moving, and we haven't heard anything bad yet. So.
Well, maybe we can't hear anything. I don't know. I see Chris is our VA. Chris is in the chat box.
So yeah, that brings us to thanking our moderators. Of course, Chris, our VA. We also have Happily Ever Hanks, Kyle and Renee, or Nene and
Carl and Nene. They tried to explain the difference in names in their last video, so go check it out.
And our good friends Phil and Stacy. We have a couple of announcements from them. First off, Phil and Stacy, you might have seen them drop off. They might not be showing up in your feed. They had a little problem. They renamed their channel. They changed it from You, Me, and the RV to their slogan, which has always been Today is Someday.
Yeah, and they haven't dropped off in the sense that they've stopped making content.
No.
They just are, it seems like maybe a lot of you aren't getting the notifications anymore. So if you are subscribed or you think you're subscribed to Phil and Stacy's channel, just go double check and make sure you're still subscribed, because they've seen a real decrease ever since they went through the name change, and I think it's just because they changed their name and people can't find them. So they're still around. It's still the same, but it is now technically Today Someday. Yeah,
YouTube did something funky there. Which, I think they said, "Oh, you changed your name, you're a different channel," or I don't know what YouTube decided to do with that.
Yes,
but
and if you
it's
haven't,
hurting their views.
Yeah, and if you don't know who Phil and Stacy are for some weird reason, go check them out. It used to be You, Me, and the RV, and now it's Today is Someday. So go give them some love. And then also our friends the Hanks had an announcement for you as well. And tomorrow is the last day for their Thanks Hanks t-shirt campaign. So if you are interested in getting one of their t-shirts for the holidays or as a gift or for yourself, be sure to get your order in. And thanks again, guys, for being in the chat and playing Bouncer for us today.
Yeah, and everybody, as you're watching, please give this video or this live a thumbs up. That'll kind of help the algorithm and spread the word and all that good stuff.
Yes.
And we also want to...
Oh, and it looks like we have Venturesome Couple in the house as well. So, hey, guys. Nice.
And what was that? Oh, yeah, moderators. We also want to thank our channel members. It's been growing, even though we haven't really been promoting it. Again, this is just kind of a little thing for if you want to contribute to us financially and help out. Once we get to 100 members, I'm going to start a Discord server. So we'll have a private Discord server for just us and our members.
Yes, and what that is, guys, is a way to, for everybody to be able to communicate with each other and share posts and develop the community that way, because it's a little difficult to do that right now, the way it is in the YouTube membership forum. So, we have something big we want to talk about. Are we going to talk about that next?
We're going to talk about that next. If you've seen a chat or a comment like this,
dun dun dun,
it's not us, people.
No.
People, these things are like whack-a-moles. Every time one pops up, we whack it, another one pops up. It's never ending.
Yeah, and I know we're not the only ones getting spammed like this, so maybe some of your other favorite channels are getting it as well. We are never going to make a comment on your comment that says text me, telegram me, or you won everything in our Amazon store. We want to make sure that you guys are all aware and that you don't communicate with these people, and we try really hard to keep up with them and to block them and report them and do all of that. We don't always catch every one of them, so we are constantly getting emails and messages from you guys letting us know, which we appreciate you doing that, but just don't fall for it, because
for the record, our replies or comments will look like this. Our name will be highlighted with a check mark next to it.
Yes,
so that's us.
Correct.
Changing lanes with a check mark.
Right.
If you don't see the check mark,
yes, and if it doesn't say change, like you know, if it
they
says,
could even set their name to changing lanes.
Well, if it doesn't have a bunch of numbers, or text me or telegram me or something too. So, okay.
So
let's get into some updates first.
Yes.
You want to do that?
Yeah. So
the biggest question I think everybody has for us:
why are we in a hotel and not in our 410?
Well, guys, it's been a weird year.
Yeah, it's been a very strange year.
It's been a weird year, a good year, but a weird year. And we have been RV-less now for a little while, and it's felt very strange because, as you all know, we were living full-time in our RV for almost 5 years, and to not have an RV at all has just been a little strange. Yeah.
If you saw our saying goodbye video, or whatever we called it, it's gone. It was officially gone from us, and in consignment, we consigned it at General RV in Richmond.
And it was an easy process and great to work with them, and you know, it sold really, really quickly. And we want to thank Matt from Matt's RV Reviews as well, because Matt and Will and Jen, Matt's whole team, they really helped. They came. You probably saw it. They came and they filmed a tour, and they helped us push it out there and get it sold. So it was awesome, and it sold. I think it was in contract in 24 hours or something. Yeah,
so, it went really quick.
Yeah,
and you know, it was a good process. The whole consignment thing. If you're looking for a good way to sell your RV and not have to deal with selling it and doing the loans and titles and all the stuff that goes with it,
it was great. It was great.
Good way to do it.
So to update everybody, what everybody wants to know, it seems like, is what's going on with your new RV, your Momentum 410. How do you like it so far? We are so close to getting it. We hope to be getting it next week from Grand Design. We're in Ohio now. We'll go back up to Indiana probably sometime next week, hopefully. And hopefully get into it and get it on the road.
Be done. There are a couple little tweaks we needed to have done.
And head south.
Yes. First to our cabin for the holidays, and then Florida and the Keys, and just south. Yes. Yeah, because when we were in Elkhart a week ago, it was like in the teens. It was bad.
Yeah. So, but people want to know, like, so do we want to talk about like why the delay for getting the 410?
Well, one of them is the
Volta
truck,
thing?
and the Volta system. You know, they're I'm not going to go really far into the Volta system, but part of the charging system is in the truck. The truck is kind of the generator, but it's also an 18 kilowatt hour system, so it shouldn't need a lot of charging. It's also going to have solar, so all the people who have asked that, yes, it's going to have solar. Yeah. I think we're going to have about 1,300 watts from the factory.
And you'll get into much more detail about this whole system down the road after we've used it for a while.
Because I know nothing about it really. I know the technical specs and basically how it works, but how it actually is to sit inside it and push the buttons and watch and know and I'm going to learn all that stuff. So you're going to learn with me.
But not only are we RV-less right now, we don't have our truck either.
Yeah. So
our truck's in Holland, Michigan with the Volta crew because they are currently working on outfitting it and all that good stuff. So that's another reason why we don't have the RV yet, is because we don't have a truck to pull it yet.
Yeah, so. The Volta system does have its own alternator in the truck because it's like a 52 volt or 51 volt system, which allows for smaller cables and things like that. So our truck is the Platinum and has like every pump and alternator and everything in it, so they have to work out a spot to put that, but they got it all worked out. So let's jump down to our 2023 plans. A lot of you have asked about that. I already gave away some of it by saying we're going to the cabin, then we're going south.
Well, yeah, but other than that, we have nothing planned.
Yeah, our tentative plans are maybe to go to the Pacific Northwest and maybe up into Canada.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Banff.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot we need to see out in the Pacific Northwest.
I think what would be really cool, what I would like to do is definitely hit up, and check out the Pacific Northwest, and then maybe head back towards Indiana because we'll want to hit the Grand Design National Rally at the end of August, and maybe we drive back through Canada.
If Canada will let us.
If Canada will let us. And that actually, we got a couple questions from some of you that wanted to know how far in advance do we plan our travels? And
we're not to the Q&A section yet.
Well, I know it, but it's kind of like what we're talking about right now. Can you hear Daisy growling back there?
Yeah, Daisy growls.
Wait.
Get him.
Of course she stops now.
Get him, Daisy.
It's the cutest thing. Any noise that comes from the other rooms or the hallway in this hotel, she has to growl. So.
She's fierce.
Yes, she is. She's a good guard dog. But, so you don't want me to get into
it? No, go ahead.
Okay.
I was just messing with you.
Well, what I wanted to say was that, since this year was so strange for us, we had the whole summer booked out for the UP, right, in Michigan, and we were going to go explore that whole area, and we were super pumped. But then with the whole, the new RV model and all that we needed to go and be there and check things out, it just didn't make sense to try to cram all that in there. So we haven't done as much traveling this year.
Yeah, and all that stuff plus the cabin. It was just a lot this year.
And we're winging it a lot more too.
Next year we are back on the road going.
Yes.
Because we missed that for sure.
Yeah.
We've been traveling still, but not like going out west.
Yeah.
What's next on our list here?
Black Friday sales.
Yeah. Holly's at the cabin. We also are going to be getting. You're going to be getting some new treatments.
Oh, that's right.
Next month, December.
Well, yeah. And one of the main reasons we wanted to get the cabin. Well, we wanted it for many reasons, which we've already shared with you guys. But one big thing for me was I haven't put forth the time and the effort towards improving all of my health issues, really at all, because we've been so busy traveling and with the YouTube channel and all of that my health keeps getting kind of put in the back burner, and it's not good. And
it's time for a front burner.
Yeah, it is. And so I am going to be starting some new treatments coming up, and I'm really excited about it. Something very unique, and I forgot to write it down, but it's SOT therapy, and it
targets DNA and stuff.
Yeah, it's like oleonucleotide. Easy for me to say. I don't know. I'll put some information once we're done with the live portion. We can put a little bit of information in the description. But yeah, it synthesizes or it makes a synthetic DNA that targets the
actual specific infection.
Yeah,
so it's not like antibiotics that just goes in there with a shotgun.
Yeah, so I'm thrilled that I don't have to get on hardcore antibiotics again. And we did some thorough testing and found several new bands, maybe not new, but bands of the Lyme disease bacteria that we didn't even know that I had. So that makes a lot of sense as to why I haven't been feeling any better. So we're starting with one particular strain and we're moving on. So hopefully it works out.
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely. Also, today is Sunday. Tomorrow is Cyber Monday. We put out a post and an email with Black Friday sales. A lot of those are still going.
Yeah.
I'm just going to share my browser here. We have a post. Go away.
Show them. You're going to show them the whole new website and stuff.
Yes, but I can't get this window.
Oh no.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
So yeah, we've got our Black Friday sales here. Let me click. All my live windows we're working off our laptop and not our big screen, so I don't have anything. But so be sure to go out here if you're looking for Black Friday sales. We have each of our partners out here. But the big thing I wanted to show you guys is, let me get that off the screen. Big thing we wanted to show you guys is our new store. So if you go to our website and then you click on the shop button over here that I can't actually see, it'll bring you to here. And we basically wanted a way to take all of our recommended products, all of our affiliate stuff that we've recommended over the years and that we still recommend, and put it in one place. So you can see here we've got everything sorted by category. We also have by project, and also, and I can't click on that, dang it, by partner. So you can go to like by project and see maybe water heater maintenance. And I'm still building out some of those by projects because I want to make sure we get all the right products in there because we change what we use out all
Yeah.
as time goes on. Um,
But it's really cool because if you're like, oh, what was that thing that he
mhm.
used when he worked on
It's all
the
searchable.
AC,
Hmm.
the AC maintenance, you could just go in and you can search by the particular project, and I think that's really cool. Or like solar, same thing. So it's pretty neat.
Hmm. Yeah, so all of our stuff, even our memberships and
Stacy said can't see the shop.
can't see the shop. Let me see, let me go back.
What do you see, Stacy? You just see us?
We were talking.
She
I
said
think I had
store is not on the screen.
okay, the store should be on the screen now. This is our new store. I have trouble clicking on it because it's behind all of our other windows. And
Thanks, moderators.
thanks, moderators. So yeah, you can see we've got by project here, by partner, top categories. But basically, the whole idea here is that we've got everything, even memberships, NRVTA, everything we've ever talked about where we're an affiliate. If you're wondering, that's how we make most of our income from our channel is from us trying out products. First of all, we never ever recommend something we don't use ourselves and that we've tested and tried. This is from our own experience. So that we get emails all the time. Try this and do a video on it and blah blah blah. We don't do that. We pick the products that we want to try that'll work for us. We try them out. We do videos. We recommend them, and now our store has everything in there. So that's enough about that.
Cool.
Let's get to our Q&As.
Yeah, we got some good questions.
See if we have any.
And sorry about that, where you couldn't see the screen for a bit.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's get to our Q&A. I got to rearrange my windows here. So again, these are from our social media accounts. When will your new fifth wheel model be available for sale to everyone? As we understand it, it should be available now. It's on the Grand Design website. If you go to the Grand Design, you'll see the 410TH-R on there.
I know that they were taking orders at the Hershey show for it, so it seems to me that you can go ahead and order it.
Yeah, and during open house, I know they've got some dealer orders and stuff. I think the factory ramps back up production on that soon, so you'll probably start seeing them in dealer lots. Who knows? The way the market is these days, so many people just buy stuff and order it now versus going to shopping. But I think you'll find that on some dealer lots.
And as we learn more about it, guys, we'll let you know. I saw that Renee had said when we were talking about the 410, somebody was asking if it's still. If we are still going to have a beta model. I'm assuming they meant prototype, and no, it's a brand new build for us.
Yeah,
so
it's not the
yes, it'll have all the changes and everything that we discussed that we wanted to change.
This next question is the same. Move on next.
The next question is the same?
Yeah, it was basically that.
Okay.
Curious where you might be in June of next year? No idea. When I do the same, so is a checklist necessary? When I do the same routine every time for the last 16 years I've been camping, I say yes, because it's not just about knowing to go through the checklist. You're out there and you're going through your stuff, and then somebody walks over and talks to you for 10 minutes. Where were you? Have you done that step? Have you done this? We've been doing this for 5 years, and I still, I don't use the checklist while I'm doing it as much as I used to, but I always go back and check my checklist after I've been doing it for a little bit.
And I always ask him before we leave if he checked the checklist,
and
just to make sure.
She can tell if I'm lying.
I can. I mean, we just know, right, ladies?
So I just do it.
Yeah.
Ever been to the Black Hills? Yes, we have. In fact, if you go search our website for Black Hills, you'll find our video from the Black Hills. That was so cool.
That's great riding up there on a
Sure.
motorcycle. Wow, that's a lot of fun.
What do you guys do for work that allows you to travel full time? You're looking at it.
I know that a lot of people don't understand how much time and effort it takes to have a YouTube channel and everything that goes along with it. A lot of you out there have said how hard it is and how much time it takes, but I don't think a lot of people understand that it's I mean, we work more now than we did in our quote real jobs.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah, I think it's probably the same for anybody who runs their own business.
Sure.
It's nonstop, and
yeah,
we're still trying to figure out that work-life balance.
we're still trying to figure out how to just take a vacation.
Happy Thanksgiving. This is from Pneumatic Trek, who is a channel member. Thank you. What are you doing different on day one now that you have 5 years of experience? Well, that's I've been making lists, right? We've been making lists not only for ourselves to things we're going to have to put in the new RV, but also for video content. How are we going to share some of this stuff? So we're going to share all that with you. We are going to have a day one. Install all the simple things like poop tube holder, snap pads, internet. Now it's not simple, and that'll be its own video.
Yeah,
we have an internet 4.0 coming, so that'll be fun. I can't wait.
those are fun to edit. But one thing that's going to be different in a good way is that you're not going to be nervous about the poop tube and tanks and stuff.
Oh yeah, before going, yeah, because I've done it like
the day one.
I've done it a billion times now.
The day one with the $397, I know that was like the thing that stressed you out the most.
Yeah, for sure. Next up. How far in advance do you make plans or reservations? Not very so far.
We used to be booked out months and months in advance, and my anxiety likes that, but we haven't done that in a while. It seems like it's because our schedule kept changing, and we had to continue to cancel reservations, find new ones, that we kind of got out of the habit of booking our reservations out in advance. Now, once we really
will for next summer.
Once we really figure out where we want to go, we'll at least get some of the big things reserved in advance. And we know we need to start doing this stuff very soon. Just finding the time to do it, sometimes it can be overwhelming. But we have modified that a little bit. It's not quite so.
Yeah, generally what we do is as you guys give us recommendations, and as we see things on TV or whatever, we go, oh, that is really cool. We got to go see that. We pin it on a Google map. Google lets you save your personal maps with pins on it, and we'll just go back through there, and then we still use RV Trip Wizard. We might make a separate video on that now because that's a little bit dated. Our video is, at least. And but yeah, RV Trip Wizard and Google, that's what we use.
Yeah, if you guys have recommendations, I know it's a big area, but Pacific Northwest, if you have some recommendations of places we should go, or places that maybe you've never been but you'd like to see us go, let us know in the comments, please. Not in this chat because it's harder for us to find it, but if you could do it maybe in the comments, that would be great.
Yeah, or shoot us an email. Will the solar be installed when you take delivery? Yes. We've actually already seen, I think we've got...
The Volta system will be installed. So
it's
a complete... Yeah. Well, yeah, but the whole power system will be installed when we get it. So...
it's going to be... I have no idea. It's going to be a learning process for all of us.
Yeah. So I know some people were asking about Victron. I don't think that's in our...
It's coming up.
Is it coming up? Okay, then I'll just wait. Okay, back off. Back off.
When you're traveling, how often do you eat out? Because there's another question about this too.
Stacy said the comments are covering my face.
I just moved them down a little bit.
Thank you, Stacy.
Go. Sit higher. Okay, so how often do we eat out? A couple times a week.
No, no. It depends. If we're out traveling and stuff,
maybe 3 or 4 times a week. What are you trying to say? It depends on what we're doing. If we're in a new area, we might go a couple times a week.
If we're in a new area, sometimes it's super fun to go out and explore new restaurants. You guys see us eat out a lot in videos because that's what we show you, because that's us out exploring and trying new things. Or when we're in the cabin and stuff like that, we may go to dinner, meet his parents somewhere in the middle and go to dinner or do something. We don't go out to dinner a lot unless we're in a new place. But I actually order some pre-made meals called Factor, and those are great for us for travel days. You can do keto or gluten-free or low calorie, but they're pre-made, they're not frozen, so everything's fresh, and the portions are really big, and even he likes them.
Yeah, the portions are great. Yeah. They're not frozen, they're all freshly made and shipped to you overnight.
Yeah, and so really we'll usually get an order of those every week, especially if we're in the RV, or if we have big events coming up and we're going to be super busy, so no time to cook, and we don't want to eat out all the time because it's not always the healthiest, right? So yeah,
but it sure is good.
Yeah, so yeah, but no, I think it looks like we eat out more often than we do.
Yeah, so this one's going to cover both of our faces.
Okay.
We have a 2022 Keystone Raptor with a toy hauler porch. A mobile mechanic was over who advised us to keep it closed instead of up due to him seeing so many of them rotting away. And the question was, what do we recommend? And it depends on the type of door you have. A couple of years ago, Lippert developed their weatherproof door, which we had on our 397, but we did not have it originally. Our 2018 came with a regular door, and we did leave it out all the time. And yes, it started to take on water inside, and it got heavier, and I think it wasn't really doing too well in there. And that was our fault. The manufacturer did say, don't leave it out. So I would recommend you checking with Lippert. I'm not sure what kind of identifying marks there are on the new door versus the old one. But maybe you can contact them. Lippert's phone support is awesome. So give them a call, and maybe they can walk you through looking to see what kind of door you have. If you have the old style door, definitely recommend putting it up, at least in heavy rain. If it's just a sprinkle or something, don't worry a whole lot about it. But I will say that the ramp inside the door that goes up, there's a piece there that you need to keep sealed because water can get into that. We had a video on that where we shored some of that up because of some water intrusion there. So check and see what kind of door you have and behave accordingly. My question, if I put a little bit of, okay, this one's if I put a little bit of RV antifreeze in my toilets in Tennessee, it's getting pretty cold, would it help my black tanks and gray tanks from freezing? And honestly, it seems like it would work, but I have no idea, dude. I mean,
we don't know.
And quite honestly, if you need to winterize, follow your manufacturer's recommendations, because that's going to also preserve your warranty. If you call them and say, oh, all my lines busted, and you tell them you put antifreeze in your black and gray tanks, you're going to be like, well, that's not winterizing. So again, it depends. It depends.
All right, which one is next?
Are you planning on making a lot of customizations to the rig immediately or over time, or were you able to get the most of the custom things you want done at manufacturing? Now we're getting this pretty much stock. I mean, it's going to have the Volta system and some solar, but those are factory available.
Speaking of solar, Renee, I think it was Renee that sent me the question about, you said the 410 has 13 watts of solar. Is it still at 1300 watts of solar? Is it still a 12 volt system? Or yes. have you upped it to 24 volt?
I believe it's still a 12 volt system. See, the thing is though, the Volta system is like a 51 volt system. It's totally different. So there's going to be some DC to DC charging and stuff going on in there because the RV is still 12 volt, right? And I believe the solar, and I don't know this for sure, I won't know until I get it. I believe the solar probably comes in at 12 or 24 volts and then it's converted to charge the Volta system. I just don't know yet until I get the system. My guess is it's going to be 12 volt because that's what they're used to. This is
the type of system that comes in like Prevost and stuff.
Yeah, like this comes in some really high end.
Yeah, so this is a whole new thing for you, and you have a lot of experience with this stuff, and this will still be a whole new thing. So it's exciting. We just don't have a lot of answers yet to some of these questions. So
yeah, ask me in 6 months on the next live.
Yeah.
My question is, how hard is it to establish domicile in a new state in order to go full time? We plan to leave Mississippi and move, quote, to Delaware at some point. Our plan is to buy land and build a tiny house. Domicile is a question we get a lot. We do have an FAQ on this on our website. But if you just Google RV domicile state, you're going to find several articles. One of them is by RV Life. And they recommend, it's Florida, Texas, and South Dakota. And I know South Dakota makes it super easy. South Dakota practically invites you there to have it as a domicile. You stay one night, you go in, you can get your license and your address and all that. Now, another part of domicile is an address. We use My Traveling Mailbox for ours because they had addresses in Florida.
Yes. There are several other companies that do the same thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's a lot of articles out there on it. Just Google RV domicile state, and you'll find lots of good articles on that.
And you mentioned the FAQ section on our website. If you guys are not familiar, there is a very extensive FAQ section that is super searchable. So if you go on our website and you click in the search bar, you can type in any keyword you want, and there will probably be an FAQ for it. So if you need some information fast, and maybe you've sent us an email but you haven't gotten a fast response because it takes us a while to get through them all, check out our website and go to the FAQs, and there's so much information there. So right there at your fingertips.
I forgot where I was on my list here. Antifreeze and toilets, that's not it.
I threw off the flow.
There we go.
Okay.
How do you handle the storage of all the amazing content you generate? The volume of raw material must be astronomical. It is. It's a lot. Because you see probably maybe 2 to 3% of our actual filmed footage, because we film on multiple cameras. We have all this stuff. We're up to about 75 terabytes now in Dropbox. And this is the answer to this is not easy. I will direct you to our FAQ. I have a whole article that outlines how we manage our footage from the time it leaves the camera until the time it's archived. But we do keep all of our footage. We have every single bit of data from day one, because we like to go back to that stuff.
And I have to say, like, you do such a great job at that. So I know if I need something from that I remember that we did way back in 2018, I know that I can go to a particular separate drive, pull it out, plug it into my computer, and I can pull it off of that drive.
Yeah, we keep hard copies here on archive hard drives, but we also have copies in Dropbox.
Right.
So we always have.
And it's easier that way than having to download stuff from Dropbox, because that can take quite a long time to pull old footage off of Dropbox. So it is a lot faster to do it with these drives, but he has done such a great job from day one of keeping everything organized and keeping backup copies. So it makes my life easier, especially because I pull a lot of like older footage, older B-roll as we call it, for video's sake. So it's great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Will you ever not be living full-time RV?
Technically.
Yeah, for sure. Technically, we're not full-time now. We're in a hotel.
Well, yeah, somebody kind of got mad at us because we said something about full-time, and they were like, well, you're not full-time anymore because you have a cabin. I'm like, that's technically true. I think like once we get an RV back in our lives, we're still going to, that will still be our primary home. And I think that we'll probably be on the road 9-10 months out of the year.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, at least.
We're going to be mostly still, we're most time RVers now, if that makes sense. But the cabin is there for those times where it's just like, I just feel like going home for a little bit.
Also for projects. That's one thing that is going to change a little bit for us, not being on the road with no home base. In that I'm not going to have to take every single tool with me. I'm not going to take some of the things like the big hydraulic clamp and
that one tool you're going to need. That there's going to be one.
I know,
tool.
and I'm going to buy a new one,
and then we'll have to buy another one. I know it'll happen.
Yeah, but it is going to make it a little bit easier because we're not going to have to take every stinking thing we own with us. We didn't before. We had storage, but it'll be a little bit different. But also, about 90% of it will just be the same as we've always done. This is about a wood stove. Property in my house had been building a wood stove to burn as it's free, as propane and diesel are really expensive to burn. Basically, he wants to know if it's okay to have a wood stove. I googled this because honestly, doesn't sound.
I don't want us
doesn't sound
to
like
be.
a good idea.
Well, I don't want us to be the ones that say, "Sure, that sounds like a great idea."
It sounds very dangerous.
It sounds very, very dangerous.
Because if you've got a proper wood stove, which you should, hopefully you're not just making a campfire in your RV. A proper wood stove gets really hot, so you got to keep it away from things. It's got to be vented out. It probably should be vented in. I wouldn't recommend it, but do some Googling and try stuff out. But be very, very careful because that sounds scary.
That does sound scary.
Will you be changing the way you secure Lucille? Updating? Will you be updating your office? Changing the layout? Yes, sort of.
Yeah.
The desks are going to be the same. We're gonna get new desks.
Well, I want different desks. I didn't care for the countertop Because we switched them out. A lot of you probably know. First, you built them, and that was very labor intensive. And then we switched them out to lighter, just regular
kitchen countertops,
kitchen
Formica
countertops.
countertops.
And those were better because they had the curved edge, and they were a little bit lighter.
You just don't like the color, right?
They were just too busy for me.
We're going to do the same thing, but just a different pattern, different Formica.
Something lighter probably, or less of a pattern or something. Yeah.
And
but securing Lucille is going well. Because we have different floors.
It's going to be a little different because we're not going to have the regular RV floor. That's one thing Grand Design is going to hook us up with is laminate linoleum in there, so it looks more like a room.
We spend so much time in that room. So much of our lives is spent in that office that we both thought it would be great.
Brighter.
So we opted out of the diamond plate, black diamond plate that goes around the whole. Like I think it goes about 2 feet or so along the bottom.
And this is not a normal factory option. This is something special they're doing for our request.
And they just carried the laminate all the way through for us. So, but because of that, we don't want to obviously ride the motorcycle up on the laminate. So he's got some ideas. Once we figure that out, of course we'll let you know.
Yeah, I found some rubber mats and things that I can basically put down. One of the biggest chores for me in our T24 process, where we break down the office and turn it back into a garage, is having to move everything out of there and then roll up our carpet, which was 8 by 10, it was wall to wall.
8 by 10s fit that space perfectly, though.
Yeah, but maybe not in the 410 because we have the bathroom sticking out there.
True.
So yes, it's going to be different, and yes, we're going to show you.
Yes.
That's the press there. We don't live in an RV full time, but it's okay to keep it plugged in all the time. Yeah, as long as you have some way to maybe monitor it. When we're at the cabin and the RV is out in the yard, it's plugged in and running. In fact, we had some cold spells a while back, and I just left the heat on like 55 or something. But I did turn it on, so the furnace would kick in, because if it gets below freezing, you want to use your furnace, not your heat pump, because A, the heat pump won't keep up, and B, the heat pump does not pump into the basement and keep all your pipes and all that stuff warm. Of course, we turn on our heaters and stuff like that, but really no problem leaving power on. Keep your batteries charged and keeps it ready to go. Keeps your refrigerator running if you want.
Yeah.
2 questions.
Oh.
Okay, Ed.
Okay.
We've ordered a 23 F450. What are your thoughts on vehicle delivery versus driving to the point, state, city? Ordered in. Are you planning any events or meetups? Any deets on that?
So I wonder if your thoughts are the same as mine on the first part. I mean, for us with the first RV, we did not leave the dealer lot. We spent the night there.
This is about the truck?
Oh, was it the truck?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought that you said, never mind then.
Yeah. But I was like, where's she going with this?
I'm sorry. I thought he was talking about the picking up the 390 or the RV.
No, honestly, we're not familiar with having it delivered. For us, having it delivered meant it went to the dealer, so I guess it's not really the same. So I don't really know. We had ours delivered to Brandon Ford in Tampa, and that was a great experience.
Which is the dealership we've used for even before we had the RV. So we were familiar with them, and I think because they were such a huge dealership for Ford that it took 5 months to get the truck, which now from the stories I hear, that's actually very fast. Yeah,
we got a buggy. We're at 737. Let's jump to now
buggy.
on the meetups, yes, we're going to have some. We definitely will have one at the Tampa RV Super Show.
Yeah. Maybe we can talk some of our moderators, Kyle, Renee, Phil, Stacy. Maybe we could all do something.
Yeah, for sure. But follow us on social media. We always announce that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
My husband and I play our first 4-month just by
the words are hard.
I don't even have any beer.
You want me to read it?
Yeah.
My husband and I plan on our first 4-month trip, November to March in 2023. What was the mail system you've talked about before? Well, we already talked about that.
Traveling mailbox.
Yes, traveling mailbox is what we use. There are other mail forwarding services like Escapees.
Yeah. This one was just about cooking out and stuff, so we'll move on from that. We've got to zip through these.
Okay.
Have you ever had to override the hydraulic pump to lower the jacks and possibly the kitchen slide?
Yeah.
Yes, and we have videos on that also.
Yeah, well, we were talking. We weren't quite sure what he was looking for, right? So
Yeah.
are you talking about, like, because we lock down what we always call it locking down a slide, because there are those
the
knobs
valves.
inside the oh my gosh,
the propane.
Thank you. Yeah. and you know, one knob is for the passenger side hydraulics, and the other one is for the driver's side, and you can lock one down, and then it keeps that particular slide from being able to go out or in.
Just locks it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've done that. Will you be traveling to Alaska someday for sure?
Hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully with friends.
Yes.
Because that's more of a caravan kind of thing.
I would like to do it in 2024.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there, friends.
Have you done? What have you done about the 450 wheel and tire vibration? After several rebalances, we installed Centromatics. We put on Centromatics day one. We had them on the 350, got them on the 450. I don't know if they make things better or not, because we've always had them on there.
Yeah,
but they seem to work really well.
You know, the 350 and the 450, they're rough rides, but I don't think that we have that tire vibration that he's talking about.
No. Have you gotten used to the cabin yet? Sort of.
I need more time there, but I say that because
we're getting settled. We're getting furniture in. We're getting projects done.
Yeah, I say that because not because I don't want an RV. It's just we've been so busy since we got the cabin with projects and just setting it up, and then traveling for this show or that show or whatever, that we haven't just had a chance to spend a couple weeks there and just chill out. I think once we have that, then it'll be like, okay, we're ready to go.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Early next year for sure. Have you considered traveling in Canada? Yes, absolutely. Yes. We hope to go there next year.
We had the summer of 2020 all planned out, reservations in Canada, and of course we all know what happened in 2020. So hopefully we'll get another opportunity.
Have you ever been in a campground and not been recognized? It doesn't happen a lot anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
but it does.
But there's plenty of times where maybe only, you know, one or two people recognize us. Sometimes it's just you look familiar. Thing.
Oh yeah, we've had people people be talking and they'll like recognize our voices.
Oh wait, you're that YouTube guy. Yeah.
Were you invited to participate in the NRVTA reality show? If so, why did you decline?
No.
If not, are you surprised?
No. Just kidding.
Yes, we were, and we did have plans to participate, but then all of the stuff started stacking up from the RV and the cabin, and we were just like, there was just too much going on to get over to Texas for that.
I had to say that because Phil and Stacy are on, so
you
know, I had to pretend.
They had a new grandbaby right around that time.
Yes.
Pretty
cute.
By
the way, Stacy, I haven't had my daily dose of cuteness in a
true.
while, I need some pictures.
We need some pictures. We're getting ready to install solar and an inverter. Would you use the Victron setup again or go with something else? I would absolutely go with the Victron and Battleborn setup that we had. If you haven't seen it, go check out a video on our site called What We Would Do Differently. And I talk a little bit. The only thing I would really do differently in that whole setup is maybe dual inverters, and I would probably do a 24-volt system. And I would definitely, even if I went with 12-volt, I would definitely use the larger form factor batteries.
Yes. Oh, and I have to say, like, I know that Chad is excited to check out this Volta system and try something new, but there's a big part of him that is sad because he's going to miss his Victron
I'm going to miss the VRM.
I think that you're really going to like
monitoring.
I think you'll really like the Volta system too, but you know,
I'm a nerd.
Yeah, he really really does still really like the Victron system. So
real quick, we want to thank some of our super chats. Michelle H, thank you for the super sticker. Dwayne Buck, actually I can put these on the screen.
Yeah.
Michelle H, and then Dwayne, thank you so much. And Sunny Tracy Witt, thank you so much for the super chats.
Thank you so much, you guys. That means a lot.
Okay, what's our next question? It's 7:43. We should move on to the mean tweets.
You guys want to hear some mean tweets? I know Phil does.
So these are things we've thought about sharing these for a while.
Yeah.
And because we find them hilarious.
So, okay. So we knew going into this whole social media thing, YouTube thing, like you can't really prepare yourself for the first handful of mean comments that you get.
This is the first video that takes off.
When you start out, and it sort of is like, oh, it's shocking, even though you know it's coming. But after a while, it's just, you just gotta laugh at it, and that's what we do, and that's what friends who are also doing the YouTube stuff, like, it's fun because we share these mean comments back and forth, and we can just laugh at them and not take them seriously. I do have to say that I get the majority of the negative comments. I don't know. People hate me.
You're going to see that.
And it's sometimes it does get a little hard for me to take when it's just like, sometimes I just feel like, oh gosh, I am just getting
there are a lot of people who think that a woman shouldn't be talking at all.
Yeah. And so, it's unfortunate, but I like to still do my best to laugh them off. And because of this, guys, we are going to read these comments, but we don't have any names attached to them because we don't want to give anybody any, props or anything like that.
We don't want to encourage.
We don't necessarily want to encourage more. So I think this will be fun. Let's get to it.
Thank you, Epic, Colorado, Chris St. Clair.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right, first one.
Is this?
It's tiny though.
Oh, but let me read it because of course it's about me, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, I can't read it, baby.
There you go.
Okay. Chad hasn't been able to finish a sentence in the episodes I've watched. Good luck with that, dude. Loves the destinations, the bike rides, and the RV updates, but the constant over talking just turns me off quickly. Stop talking.
We interrupt each other a lot. It's called being married, people.
Oh, gosh, you guys, I edit these videos, right? And I get frustrated sometimes because he's cutting me off all the time. I do it to him all the time. This is just how it goes. Unfortunately, it's more noticeable, I guess, that I do it. I don't know why. So
can I talk now?
No.
Here's a fun one. His voice is super nasally. It makes me want to blow my nose. That supposed kick-ass code that y'all are pushing isn't anything special. Other more important YouTubers are giving $100 off.
Yeah, I don't know what code that was.
I think that was electric.
Oh, really?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
We didn't link these to videos either, just because that was too difficult.
Oh, this one's about me.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Debbie Danger didn't nag you into changing the air in your tires. I mean, I'm a safety girl. Sorry. Oh.
Do you really live a real life, or do you live a fantasy? Because your wife could make a lot more money than you. F you guys. I've lived in this life for 40 years. Don't need social media to bankroll my future. I'd do it myself. Get a life. Quit bullshitting people. Oh my gosh, we should just do a video of just these. Buddy has no chin and she looks like a gold digger.
Ain't nothing but a gold digger.
You go ahead.
Will you guys be honest about your stay, or will you just forget to mention things future visitors might wish to know about, like excessive mosquitoes and too tight roads at Wild Duck Campground? Worst recommendation ever.
Hey, we had a great time at Wild Duck.
We also, in those videos, talked about it being buggy. You're on a marsh.
Yeah, you're on a marsh.
There's bugs.
In the summer.
There's bugs.
It's going to be bugs.
We said there's bugs, but we still really liked it. So.
Your videos are interesting and enjoyable to watch. Please stop using the copyright-free music. It makes the videos less interesting. We fast forward those parts.
Wow. Well, I guess they're fast forwarding every video we ever make.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm talking over you again. But we can't. We can't
use popular music because we couldn't use it.
We can't afford that. Like, we can't pay the royalties to use that music. I mean, most of you guys out there say things to me like, oh, I love your music and it's so great. And I really appreciate that, because picking music is one of the most time-consuming parts of putting videos together.
She'll sometimes spend the whole day going through music, trying to find just the right music for that scene or for that video.
Yeah, but I really, really like finding the right song for the right segment, and I really like that part. Mm-hmm. And so to me, that one was funny.
Yeah. Oh, these three go together. These are from here. Up here. These are from a short we did where we talked about manually leveling with the auto level thing.
Oh, he got a lot of
a
crap
whole bunch.
for
These are some of the best. This is embarrassing. So lazy. Manually has a whole different meaning these days. I wipe my own ass. Love how people think doing something, quote, manually is by opening up an app on their phone. Listen, guys, I was talking about, you can either push auto level, which is one button. To me, that's automatic. And then there's manual where you can adjust each side.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, we're not out there cranking things or with a drill. But
You guys, this was one video where he got a lot of crap for it, but it was
hilarious.
It was really funny.
Thank God Chad went to RV school. LMFAO, what a joke. Glad he didn't work on my A4. I don't know what an A4 is. I've seen A6s. You know, I used to work around those.
Well, you know, he spelled school with a K.
Yeah, you know, maybe you should go to school. School.
Why don't you go back to school?
These two next two kind of go together. I wrote a nice long comment thanking you for this and telling Keystone Chrome owners where they could find theirs and mention your link was the same as mine, so Chrome owners could use your link, and you deleted my post. Wow, I won't be contributing here again. You've done that before. Screw this. And then this one, our posts not shown if they aren't stroking y'all ego. Is it something it says may be filtered? Yeah, you know, if you go on Facebook, it filters those things. We don't control that.
Yeah.
And we never ever delete comments, even these mean ones.
No.
These are all still out there.
The only thing that we will ever delete is if it is really like just actually
horrible,
going
racist
or going after somebody else that's in the comments, or going after somebody that's not us. You know, if it's really foul language or something like that. But other than that, the comments stay.
Yeah. So. And YouTube automatically filters anything with a link that we have to go in and approve it. So sometimes those don't show up right away, which is probably what this guy had. He put a link in there, so it got blocked because we have to review these things. You know, we're not going to have you just sending links out to, you know, porn sites or something.
Oh my gosh.
We have to check these things.
Yeah.
So it takes us a few days sometimes.
Okay, you guys want some more? Oh wait, this is about me. Okay. It's no wonder I never subscribed to this channel. This video solidified it. Tara is such a snob and should have done her research before visiting the places she did. Obviously not to her standards. New Mexico is beautiful and has so much to offer. Oh well, good riddance. P.S. La Posta has amazing food.
Didn't we say we liked the food at La Posta?
I think that we thought the food was okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
I think we thought we got a lot of heat for. I mean, I think you guys know this already. We got a lot of heat for saying that southern New Mexico wasn't our favorite area, but we also said we had a great time, and we showed us having a fabulous time.
Yeah,
we still had a great time.
We had a really good time.
It's just like we both.
We tried to go for a motorcycle ride, and it was mile after mile of cacti.
But what's funny is we both talked equally as much about how we didn't really care for it, but I got the comments, so it's all right. It's
patriarchy is real.
It's okay. It's okay. Is this one about
this
me too?
This one's about you too. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Man, high maintenance. I'd be glad with all the hard work Chad has done, but she is so picky. Chad, you are the reason this channel is successful. I want to know what I was so picky about.
I don't know, but this channel wouldn't exist without her. In fact, I worked full time at a bank for the first couple of years. I still worked on the channel, but from then till now, she's edited every video. So if you like our videos, then you like her.
What I find funny is the comments, because we get so many comments like, "Oh man, Chad, your channel is great," and Chad, like, you know, you make this channel. It's all you, Chad. But like, I kind of laugh because I'm like, well, you wouldn't be watching those videos if I didn't put them together. So you know, it sometimes gets a little hard to take for me once in a while, initially, but then we can laugh about it, and it's like, okay, well, these people, you know, I've never once said anything negative or mean on any video or any post. If I don't like something, I just move on. Yeah. But I think, like, you know, maybe people are just unhappy.
Yeah. We have 8 minutes. Let's roll through
let's
these.
Do it. Oh.
You have become so boring. You're now just for money. Kind of sad, but hearing you are sick and still drinking it almost everywhere you go doesn't interest those of you who seek your adventure suggestions. Yeah, we drink when we go out sometimes. It's not like...
I literally could tell you that I had half a glass of wine at Thanksgiving, but before that, I think it was when the Hanks were visiting, which was a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So what? I mean, you know, I'm an adult. I'm allowed to have a glass of wine once in a while. I just don't.
You're grown?
I'm grown.
I'm done. You are such advertising whores.
That was the subject of an email.
That was the subject.
Yes.
Well, bye. You're once at the top of the list, but you are just whores. You're unwatchable. There's no other way to explain it. That one's awesome. Thank you so much.
You whore.
Blah, blah, blah. Y'all have gotten some big old heads. I unsubscribed to your channel. Now it's time to unfollow you on social. I know. I don't need to announce, but just leave. I feel better. Yeah, I'm glad you feel better.
Yeah.
Drop the mid-roll adverts. It's not fair to us, the people you need. Yeah, we
Well,
should work for free. That's what we should do.
yeah. You guys, there could be a whole lot more ads.
Yeah, we go in and trim down the ads.
We limit it to like one every 10 minutes or so. So for some reason, there's a whole bunch. Then there was a glitch that happened with YouTube.
Yeah, and YouTube can put ads wherever they want, even if we don't specify. So that can happen.
Yeah, those pop-up things can.
Hope these rich people all lose their money and go into debt, and going to the poorhouse may be a slap in the face and see what's really going on. They will pay.
You guys don't know how many people have like made comments about rich and like trust funds, and I think we have one of those.
Like this next.
But like it's funny because we were like, well, we sold our house to buy this RV, and I don't know.
Yeah, we'll skip
it's
that
funny.
one.
Yeah.
Thumbs down. Oh, here's one. Thumbs down for your bullshit anti-President Trump ad.
So we left this in specifically not because it could have said any candidate on there, you guys.
Political season, you're going to get political ads, and those are targeted at you. We don't put them on there.
We have no choice or say in what type of ads go where, unless it's something that we like. Like I think that we can do our own.
But that wouldn't be an ad. That wouldn't be an ad. That would just be us saying something.
So if you're getting political ads and you don't care for them, it's somehow
we don't like them either. We see them on our stuff.
Yeah, we don't like them either. We would prefer to not have any political ads in our videos ever. So we have no control.
It must be so embarrassing. These two are so spoiled and lazy. They don't work, live off inheritance money, and act like there's something. These two are so worthless.
I wish we had an inheritance.
I'm still looking for that inheritance money.
Have you seen it? Inheritance. Oh, look, we got super chats. Matt's RV review.
Hey,
super
Matt.
Chat.
Thanks, Matt.
What?
And Paul.
Matt.
Cordomanche? Paul.
Thank you, Paul. And thank you, Matt.
Make sure we didn't miss anybody here. We got Paul, Matt. Epic
yes,
Colorado. Yeah,
we really appreciate it, you
caught
guys.
up on those. Thank you so much, guys.
I think we've got a couple more, and then we have some questions that were sent to us from this chat from tonight.
Yeah.
Is it my favorite? Oh, it's my favorite.
Okay, go ahead.
This might be the favorite one I've ever received about me. Outstanding, great video. Thank you. One tip: you should let her do her. I can't even make it through this. Let her do her own cooking or knitting videos or something, and leave these ones to you. Her little stupid attempted humor comments and little snippets of vocals are a pain in the ass and serve no value to your videos. Never have I heard her add any comment of value. In fact, they are distracting and annoying. And I'm female, but I know annoying when I hear it. Joke's on her because I don't like to cook and I don't know how to knit.
You're not gonna make any sewing videos. Thank you, Nina Howell, for the super chat.
Nina. Thank you so much.
And this last one is my favorite. Dumb and Dumber make another video. Oh man, I cracked
which one's up. Dumb and Dumber? I bet I'm dumber.
I'm dumb. You're dumber. Oh my gosh.
Thank you for letting us air that stuff out because it's kind of therapeutic, you guys. It feels good because
we normally just share it with like Phil and Stacy and Hanks and other YouTuber friends.
And I mean, this is just you know a little tiny bit of the ones that we get, but it is what it is. If you're planning on starting a YouTube channel, you're gonna get this stuff. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you cure cancer. It doesn't matter.
And some of them are just literal trolls. They just want to just really put something nasty on there and see if they can push your buttons. And we'll generally delete those if they're just like really nasty.
Yeah,
so you said you got some chat.
Let's see.
Some chat questions?
I got some questions from our moderators. Let me make sure. Okay, let's see. All right. I'm sorry, I have to go through here. Do we sell merch, and how do you do it?
We do.
Yes, we do.
If you go to our new store, there's a merchandise section, and we're going to be expanding on this. We keep saying that we haven't done it, but hopefully this year we're going to get some time. We've got some new designs and things we want to put out there. But yeah, we do have a merch store. It's mainly just Changing Lanes gear, but we are going to have some Changing Lanes branded stuff in the near future.
Somebody did ask,
and we do it via Shopify.
Oh, okay.
And Printful and Shopify and things that plug into Shopify where we don't have to do anything.
Yes, and we have some new shirt designs that we've been playing around with, so hopefully we'll come out with some cool stuff that kind of goes along with the new 410 and the new paint scheme and all that stuff. So stay tuned. They're not quite ready yet. Somebody did ask about I know we touched on it briefly, but how was it going to the General RV in Ashland and going through that experience?
It was good.
We thought it was really good. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I went in there. I drove it. I think it was like 6 or 8 hours or something. I forget how long of a day it was, but I drove it there and dropped it off the night before. Then went back in the next morning to do the paperwork, and I was out of there in like an hour tops. Just some paperwork on how the consignment process works, and then you're done. So it was real easy.
Let's see. Have you picked a name for your new RV? No.
We need to do that this time.
We didn't
have
pick
one for the first one.
The first one is now the OG because it just makes sense, I guess. But yeah.
We'll have to think of something.
Somebody asked what the biggest thing is that we've cooked in our oven.
Pizza?
Largest pizza ever. I have not done a turkey.
Was it pigeon and eggs? Chicken?
Yeah, chicken. I use the oven and stove a lot in the 397, but for nothing.
Nothing big.
Nothing great.
It's just the two of us.
And we always joke about frozen pizzas, but I did cook more than that, I'm saying. But like, we don't do cooking segments or anything like that because I mean,
it would just be...
I cannot hold a candle to Trisha Leach. She is amazing, and I admire her cooking skills and everything that she does. I am just not like that, and I think like
we've decided to just not even try.
But I think having so many illnesses too, it's all I can do to make it through the day with just the work stuff. The last thing I want to do is cook a fancy meal. I used to really enjoy cooking. I just don't anymore because we're just so busy. And so for me, it's just it's something that we have to do.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate, but maybe someday, maybe once these treatments start making me feel better, I'll enjoy cooking again. I hope
that
so.
Happens. Not for the food. I hope you feel better. Which may include more food. But
okay.
I've never been a big gotta have a meal made for me. If you throw a Pop-Tart in the toaster, I'm good.
And Nomadic Trek said you will use the new one a lot more, and I agree. I cannot wait. That thing is normal size.
Yeah,
I can have actual cookie sheets in there that are real, normal size. I am really excited about that.
Real quick, thank you to Chantel Holm for your super chat. Thank you. And also Michael Mayer.
Oh gosh, thank you guys.
Thank you so much, guys.
Did we say thank you to Miss Nina as well?
Nina, I did real quickly as it came through. We said thank you, but thank you again.
He must have been talking over me or something. Somebody wants to know if we have thought about an incinerator toilet. That way you can use the black tank for gray. And no, we've not thought about that. It's not. I don't really know anything about it. I don't know anything about it. I don't think it's a bad idea. I just don't know anything about it.
I think it'd be cool if it just toasted it and shot it out the roof.
I don't think that's very good for the environment, baby.
Well, we are at 8:01. Let's do one more question and then we will roll.
Okay, well that's about solar. Do you have a recommendation for external generators? Or are you a fan of your onboard? I
loved our onboard generator just because it was so convenient. It was also inside, so it was quiet. Thank you, Sherry Meters. Thank you, Sherry, for the super sticker.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mentioned before we only do products that we can use, so we've never really tried an external generator. We might get it, if we find a neat product that we can get and then test, make a video that we're not using, but we can fully evaluate it. We might try some things in an external generator. I've always wanted to test, particularly with soft starts and things like that. But no, we don't have a recommendation. I recommend whatever is the quietest for your neighbors.
Hey, Super Duty Josh wants to know how the 450 is doing.
Hey, Josh.
It's doing great.
It's doing great. It's currently getting an upgrade.
Do you know what I am pricing the 410 and wondering about the CDL fee? Is that maybe a particular state's something?
It might. I know they have different stamps or something for Canada, but also some states like California. Oh my gosh!
Thank you, Stacy, for sending us the picture. Oh my gosh!
And a Buc-ee's hat.
I can't take it. No, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
No, it's not up to us to do that.
Cute baby pictures.
So, I think.
I saw something. Do y'all go the tankless water heater?
Yeah.
I believe our new RV is going to have the tankless, and we don't know anything about it. We've heard both good and bad things, so we're going to try it out and see. If we don't like it, we'll just put a regular one back in.
Andrea says, in all fairness, I asked the oven question before you said you don't cook.
Well, we're totally a little bit over time here. These are always so much fun, just hanging out. And on our next live stream, we're going to be back to our what do we call that thing?
Carpool lane.
That's it. We're going to be back to our carpool lane, and we're going to have our friends Phil and Stacy on.
Hey guys.
We're gonna hopefully connect with them this year. It's been way too long since we've seen you guys.
Michelle Hudlow, thank you so much for your super chat.
Somebody.
Oh, hello from Key West. Oh, the Wolf's Den.
Yeah, we'll be coming down there. So that is it, guys. We're going to let you go for the night. Hopefully everybody had a great holiday weekend. Again, check out our site with the Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals. There's a lot of good stuff on there.
Thank you to our moderators, our awesome VA Chris, Phil and Stacy from...
You mean...
What is the new... Oh, Today Someday. See, even I get messed up, guys.
It's been 5 years of You, Me, and the RV.
I'm sorry. Formerly You, Me, and the RV, but of course, Phil and Stacy, Today is Someday. Don't forget, they changed their name, so go check them out. And Kyle and Renee, Happily Ever Hanks. Last day for their t-shirt sale is tomorrow. Don't forget.
Be sure to check it out, and we'll see you next time.
Take care.
Bye.